Certainly the best.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Welcome to our show.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Welcome to our show, Healthy Living on Independent Television. I'm Adesu Wausawage, and today happens to be World Dietitian Day. So we're going to be looking at World Dietitian Day, your dietitian, and you. And a couple of things that we're going to be sharing today as far as this topic is concerned. So sit back and enjoy, because a dietitian is the last person I really want to see. I tell you for free. But how important is a dietitian to you is what we're going to be looking at again today. So join me as I make welcome Mr. Oladipo Gbenga. He is a chief dietitian from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. It's a pleasure to have you join us.
Thank you, I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you. And seated beside him is Anyo Kosho. I hope I got that right.
Yes.
All right. Anyo Kosho Lydia. She is a dietitian, a lecturer from Edo State School of Nursing.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you join us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so World Dietitian Day, what are we looking at? Mr. Gbenga, what are we celebrating today?
Actually, you know, today is one of the best days we normally remember as what dietitians have done, their dedication to improve the health of the people and the general well-being of the people. And we look at, you know, what they have done in the past. Like this profession actually started 1917.
1917. Wow.
Yes, what actually happened, if you look at the origin of this profession, it's just like, you know, when they started saying your food should be your medicine. That's actually the root, the capture root of
your food should be your medicine.
Medicine. Make that food a medicine. That's actually what started something. That's the root. That was in about 8th century BC. It started that. Then imagine the thing actually moved forward, and then before they really established Dietetics Association, World Dietetics Association, that was 1917. But the first person that have been employed as a dietitian in a teaching hospital, that's in Canada, that's they call it Sarah Taylor, that was in 1908. Imagine people did not really understand what that thing stands for.
Exactly.
Just now. But, you know, in Nigeria, you know, this developing country, people are thinking, okay, dietitian, you know, it's the last, like you said, there are people who want to see in the hospital, that's what they do, what are they doing, what's the problem about them? It's not the food that I used to, you know, brought up my children, that someone wants to tell me how to eat it. But beyond that. But now, this our day is to let people know, to make awareness, number one, and then to improve the, you know, the eating habit of the society. Not even society, the world at large.
Okay. So Lydia, I hope you don't mind me calling you Lydia, though.
No problem.
Okay, so who is a dietitian, for goodness sake?
A dietitian is a well-trained health professional, and a dietitian is a licensed health professional personnel that is trained to manage, to prevent disease, nutritional related disease like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol. We use food to manage all these nutritional related disease.
Without using drugs?
Without using drugs, using food in a ways that they cannot even imagine. So it's food that we use in preventing all these diseases and to even manage them. And is a dietitian is the person that can really tell you the kind of food that you will eat, that the portion that you will eat, that will make you to live a healthy life.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so Gbenga, a dietitian, a nutritionist, are we talking about one and the same person? Because sometimes people get us confused.
Yeah, you know, like when you gain admission to university, and then probably you have been admitted as a student of nutrition and dietetics in the university. So when you finish that course, you come out from the university, you are now a certified nutritionist.
Okay.
So when you come out of that university as a nutritionist, but before you become a dietitian, you have to go through internship, and then you write professional exam that will qualify you to be a
dietitian.
dietitian. So
Okay.
dietitian, you know, a nutritionist can become a dietitian after being certified,
Okay.
after being approved, after being registered, after gone through the process of internship, and at the same time written professional exam. Then that person is a dietitian.
Wow.
But when you come out from university, you are a nutritionist. But
That's-
what nutritionist will do, you know, dietitian can do it. But what dietitian will do, nutrition cannot do it.
So the dietitian is steps ahead of the
Yes,
nutritionist.
of course.
the
Yes, of
dietitian is licensed
Okay.
to manage any nutritional related disease, but a nutritionist is not
It's
licensed.
not licensed.
Yes.
All right, let's take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll continue. Just stay tuned. Thank you so much for staying with us. The program is Healthy Living, and we are talking about the dietitian. Today is World Dietitian Day, and we want to look at the dietitian and you. Why do you need a dietitian? So, Mr. Gwenga, I want to bring that question to you now. Why do you think somebody like me or every other person out there needs a dietitian?
It's okay. Actually, you know, one of the things that people don't really want to do is they don't really want to imagine that, you know, there should be a particular...
You come and be planning my food for
there
me
should be a
and all of that.
particular food that good for me, a particular quantity of food that good for me. They don't want to know. People want to eat to satisfied. So I eat this food, I'm fine, I'm full. That's what people think. So then if I think that way, you won't mind the quality of food you eat. You just be mindful of quantity. So the reason why it's good to have a dietitian or to really have a kind of something to do with dietitian is to know that what amount of food are good for me, then the quantity of that food, the quality of that food. That's what dietitian, that's what we do. We want to tell you about the quantity, we want to tell you about the quality. So quality in how many portions will I eat in the morning, how many portions will I eat in the afternoon, how many portions will I eat in the evening. And the quality there is, am I getting what my body requires? Am I getting what I ought to eat? That's the quality there. So even though we go to supermarkets now, you say you want to buy something being sealed, being processed, being actually packaged, you will see the information right there. That, okay, this particular food contains also amount of protein, also amount of carbohydrate, also amount of sodium, also amount of potassium. They write it there.
So that's the
quality of that packaged food.
Is that done by a dietitian too?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. That's the quality. But if you look at the package now, some package can be small, some can be so big. That's the quantity. That in this particular food, we have also amount of nutrients there.
Yes.
So this is the amount. So you should know that the whole thing, big one, is it good for me as a person, or I should look for small one? That's why some people buy small drinks, some people buy big one. So because you know that this was good for you, but you don't know if until you come to a dietitian and they consider what you do, they consider your health status, they consider, you know, probably you have, you know, additional work after your office work, or probably, you know, there's something you want to, like, oh, I'm kind of, you know, tiny before, I want to add a little more weight, or I'm so big, I want to come down small. So that's why
Like
you need
me, I want to come down like you.
Exactly.
So I will not need you to
yes,
do all of that
yes,
for me.
of course, yes, of course. Because
I
what
can't do. It's not something I can do by myself.
you can't do yourself, because you don't know how to manipulate or how to quantify your food and how to, you know, actually detect the quality that you
All
have.
right, Lydia, let's take it home now. Let's bring it into our homes now. I'm making food for a family of 5, a family of 6 or 10, regardless of the number. And I decide to cook what I like, what I think the family will like. Give them the quantity that I think they will like. All right?
Okay.
At what point should I need you as a dietitian to come and tell me what to cook in my house, how to feed the children, the age range of those that I want to feed? If I have elderly person I want to feed, if I have little children I want to feed, then if I have like normal adults like you and why should I need you to come and like tell me how to feed somebody? I want to feed somebody like this my friend here now, and I say, okay, because he's tall, because he's lanky, he needs more food, and I give him like 10 wraps of fufu, plenty soup, plenty meats. I'm talking about Albert now. Albert is, you can see Albert is lanky, is tall, is dark hair.
Yes.
As okay, Albert is lanky, 10 fufu will fit him. oh, this is a little child like Lucky. Okay, Lucky, take maybe one wrap of fufu. I don't want your stomach to be bigger than what it is right now. Just take one wrap of fufu, little soup, and all of that. Why should I need you to come and tell me all of that, what to do in my house?
Yes, the reason why you need a dietitian to plan your meals for family is because you need to consider some of the nutrients that are in the food that you are eating. Like you said, there are some factors that will guide the way you prepare food at home. For a family of 5 or 6, you'll know that you have children, and with time, when you are living with them, you're supposed to have known their likes and dislikes. Sometimes I even advise that you ask your children what are their favorites, what are the things they like. You don't just prepare food because sometimes they will not eat. So in the course of asking, you should be able to tell them the importance of the nutrients that is supposed to be in the food. When you are preparing a meal, either breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're supposed to have an adequate diet. What do I mean by adequate diet? It's a diet that contains all the essential nutrients that the body needs. The body needs carbohydrate for energy. The body needs protein. So when you are preparing a food, you should know that even though, let's assume you want to cook rice now. So when you are cooking rice, you already know that this rice will serve as carbohydrate. Then you add protein to it, which you might add chicken, meat, or egg. Then you add your vegetable to it. In fact, you don't have to go expensive when you are preparing food. You can slice carrot inside the white rice. Vegetable is already there, which will give you your vitamins and minerals. And you can also cook a vegetable soup to eat along with that food. Definitely, you are okay, you are good to go. And you make sure that your children are eating food, including yourself and the father of the house. Make sure that everyone is eating food. At least you are expected to eat food 2 times in a day. And you ensure that...
Not 3.
You can as well eat 3, but you just put a distance in between. Like, you are expected to eat like fruit 30 minutes before you eat, or maybe like 2 or 3 hours after the main food. Just put a space in, and you can eat varieties. And when you are eating your food, it should not be much. For example, if you want to take cherry, 1 or 2 is okay. You don't have to carry 6 or 7 cherry and eat.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what we are talking about. That portion control is very, very essential, and that's the reason why you need a dietitian. You know, you are just getting to know now that it's not good to eat plenty of cherry. Even though cherry is good, but too much of everything is not good. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that when you are preparing food for a family, you must consider the essential nutrients that the body needs, because each nutrient has their own function to the body. Like I always say that we know that carbohydrate must be in food because that's what gives you an energy. So even though you are trying to lose the weight, that doesn't mean that you should not eat your carbohydrates.
But carbohydrates will make you add weight. That's why a lot of us are running away from carbohydrates.
Exactly. That's why you need a dietitian, because dietitian will tell you that you need carbohydrate, but portion control. Is dietitian that will now calculate the amount of carbohydrate that you need for your body, and we had vegetable. You know, when you are eating rice and you put cabbage and carrot, that cabbage and carrot can be half of the plate. Then rice will be quarter of the plate. Then your protein quarter of the plate. By the time you eat it like that, definitely you will be full. Or if you want to eat your swallow, you let your soup, like vegetable soup or okra soup, should be ×2 of your swallow. So by the time you eat it like that, definitely you will be full. So that doesn't mean that because you want to lose weight, you will not be depriving yourself of the food that will give you an energy.
Okay, Gbenga, what she just described now, will you call that balanced diet?
Yeah, yes, of course. Yes, of course. You know, but in clinical setting, it's more than that. And again, to add to what she just said, the reason why you still need a dietitian in your home, you know, you need a dietitian so that you prevent some non-communicable diseases like obesity, like eating much, hypertension, eating more, having type 2 diabetes. That's why you need a dietitian, because, you know, if someone is sedentary and you eat much and much and much and much, you know, before you know it, that person can develop non-communicable diseases. So you need a dietitian to guide. So the amount, how to eat it in relation to the person activity level and then the health status.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Gbenga, tell us, in your experience as a dietitian, what are some common health problems that proper nutrition can actually prevent or manage? Because you just talked about
yes, yes.
you just talked about it now. So what are those common
It's common
ailments? What are those
yes,
common
yes,
illnesses?
type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
Type 2 diabetes, and eating hunger. You know what I mean by eating hunger is micronutrient deficiency. Like
Hidden hunger.
Yes, like iron.
How do we describe that one again? How do we know that one
no,
again?
what I mean by
hunger.
you cannot see it. It's eating. It's
Okay.
just like until that person go through laboratory test before
Okay.
you do blood test. Okay, this blood does not contain some things that it ought to contain.
Okay, I'm particularly interested in this last one, and that eating right can actually prevent or manage diabetes. Please talk to us.
Yes,
about
of
it.
course. Yes, of course. Now, for example, now, if you are eating exact food that you ought to eat, for example, now she says something about the portion control on carbohydrate as energy. You know, carbohydrate is what gives us glucose, and then everybody need, like, the more you work, the more glucose you need. So if you are sedentary and you are taking more energy, then it's stored like as glycogen in the liver. So that one can actually, form. And then anytime you are not eating, body can actually process that glycogen to ketoacidosis. So body use it as fuel. Body's distance, whereby the body break down what you store glycogen, is a long distance. So it's a very long time. Then what we tell people, when you eat, your body makes use of that food. The hour you eat, the time you eat, the hour that the body will metabolize that food. And that is actually the time we said feeding interval. Then another thing is feeding frequency. That frequency simply means that how many times the person will eat per day. So now, if you know how many times you are eating, you know the work you do, then of course, you know the amount of energy you need. You don't have problem. But when the output is lower than input, it becomes problem.
Wow.
So that's just the problem. That's just the thing there. So you must know what you eat. You must know how much energy you are using. So if you have a dietitian, I can tell you that, okay, this amount of work you do, this amount of energy that you need. They give you exactly energy that you need. And they will know what some people do. They will go and sleep in the night. They don't eat. And the basal metabolic rate in the night. Your body need energy in the night while you are sleeping. So if you don't give your body energy while you're sleeping, that's why some people sleep, they don't wake up the following day.
Okay, with all of this that you're telling us now, we have plenty of online dietitian, online nutritionists and all of that who will tell you, because our best friend nowadays is our phone. And that's where most people get advice from. Just, you need something, you run to your phone. Somebody will tell you online that, oh, you don't have to eat dinner. You just said now that it is important you eat dinner. But they tell you don't eat dinner. And some say, okay, just eat an egg a day and you're good. Others will say, okay, a little portion of cabbage is all right. So with this online thing, what should we follow?
Can I quickly tell you something now?
Okay.
If you have a growing child, a female, just to say,
we have just 2 minutes to a minute to do this now.
If a female girl, and then that girl is growing. You know what? Maybe probably yesterday you saw that girl yesterday. Maybe she has not entered puberty that yesterday. But you can just see that girl today now, and you see the best. Her breath just just shoot out already. You say this thing were not there yesterday. You'll be surprised. That thing happened overnight. And without nutrition, proper nutrition, it will not happen. Proliferation happen while we are sleeping. We call it cell division. It happened in the evening. All these, another cells die, and a new one replaced, happen in the evening. All this, they need energy to do that.
All right, so in 30 seconds, Lydia, should we believe all those online dietitians that we meet?
What I would say is that if the person is not a registered dietitian, is not an health professional, we're supposed not to believe any, because we have a lot of junks going around online and a lot of consequences that happens after it. They will not come back and tell us that this is the consequence that is after it. So the truth is that we should not believe everything that we are seeing online, and that's the reason why we have dietitians everywhere. We should try, even if we see any information, we can as well ask a registered dietitian and say, I heard this, what do you think about it? What's the right thing about it? And definitely we'll give you the right.
All right, so our fantastic dietitians on set today, we want to say thank you for finding time to be with us. Benga, Lydia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
At least now I will find time to come and see you dietitians, all right?
Yes.
So people, dietitians and you, hope you had a nice time. So don't believe everything you see online as far as nutrition and diet is concerned, all right? See a licensed dietitian so that you get yourself okay. We'll see you again next week with another topic. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.
ITV, certainly the best.
Ojúde aṣáájú abẹ́rẹ́ pẹ́. Àyàbá sọ́gé abẹ́rẹ́ pẹ́. láyé àtọ́jú ẹ̀ ọba àtọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ̀túwà.
Certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello there, it's so nice to have you again on the program News Review this lovely Sunday. My name is Deborah Ibiobe from thanking you so much for joining us on the program. We also reported on Reconda Review that the president again vowed that the nation will not surrender to bandits, terrorists and other agents of instability to undermine the peace, unity and sovereignty. The president gave the assurance while hosting religious and traditional leaders for an interfaith breaking of the fast at the State House, Abuja.
Addressing the clergy and monarchs, President Bola Tinubu urged citizens not to lose hope, assuring them that his administration remains focused on building a safer, more secured and prosperous nation for all. The president pledged further that the country would never allow agents of instability to undermine its peace, unity and sovereignty, promising that terrorists would be defeated. He acknowledged the critical role of religious and traditional leaders in promoting peace, stability and moral guidance within their community.
My duty is further investment in agriculture, development, education of your children, so that I can hand over a better nation to them to see whether I've left an history for them to write and be proud of. It is my duty to do that.
President Tinubu promised to continue to make most of the opportunities given to him to lead the country by sustaining the trajectory of the economic's growth and prosperity. The president also affirmed his commitment to intensifying investment in critical sectors such as agriculture and education to leave a lasting legacy for future generations. In his remark, the Etsu of Nupe, Yaya Abubakar, expressed gratitude to the president for hosting the leaders of the two major religions at the breaking of fast, which symbolizes unity. The Etsu Nupe represented the president of the Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs and the Sultan of Sokoto, Said Abubakar III. From the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, Amikaro Atta, ITV News.
And back home in Edo State reported that Governor Monday Okpebholo directed all contractors handling road projects across the state to work day and night to avert the negative impacts of the rainy season, which is capable of disrupting the progress of work. Governor Monday Okpebholo, who was accompanied on the inspection tour by the Special Advisor on Project Monitoring, gave the directive after inspecting the progress of work at the Mechanic Road in Ego and the Catholic Charismatic Renewal Road in Ubuyoko.
The inspection at Mechanic Road in Ego and the Catholic Charismatic Renewal Road in Ubuyoko is part of strategy by Governor Okpebholo to put contractors on their toes to enable them work day and night to meet completion deadline before the commencement of the rainy season. Governor Okpebholo noted that he will continue to inspect various road projects across the state to ensure that contractors deliver on time before the rainy season sets in. The governor, who first visited Mechanic Road in Ego to assess progress of work, rounded off the inspection at Catholic Charismatic Renewal Road in Ubuyoko, where he urged contractors to work day and night to cover a larger percentage of work before the commencement of the rainy season.
Rainy season is already here, but my prayer is that let us achieve to an extent before the major rain comes in. That is why I'm urging the contractor, they can work day and night to see that we achieve this place before the rainy season, proper rainy season starts. Because if it rain starts, nobody will enter the street.
Some residents at Mechanic Road in Ego trooped out to appreciate Governor Okpebholo's administration for reconstructing the road after over 20 years of abandonment.
Many don't even locate. I won't even relocate myself. I say my this is now just surprised. Say the action just start to the same place.
Past governors, they don't come, they don't award the contract. We don't know what happened. They not probe anybody. But this very governor now, Okpebholo, that came, he never reached 2 years. He don't do this road.
Mechanic Road now. They don't award this road for 1970. And now he come to do an our aid and our everything.
The situation was same at Catholic Charismatic Renewal Road at Ubuyoko, where residents also commended the ongoing infrastructure development of the area.
Don't rescue
According to Governor Okpebholo, the inspection of the road projects are to ensure that the completion dates fixed by contractors are met. From Benin, Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, John Wick Kondari, officially transmitted the 2026 budget proposal of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) to the Senate for consideration, alongside requests for the approval of several key federal appointments. The communication was read on Tuesday's plenary by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, stated that the proposed budget was prepared in line with statutory provisions guiding the FCTA and aligned with the fiscal and developmental priorities of the federal government.
The FCTA 2026 budget proposal was one of the first items the Nigerian Senate considered upon resumption of plenary on Tuesday. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, read the presidential correspondence on the floor while assuring that the upper chamber will give the document expedited attention.
The budget proposal has been prepared on the basis of the FCTA's revenue and expenditure forecast. It aligns with the fiscal and developmental policies of the federal government and the Renew Hope agenda. In addition, the budget proposal takes into consideration the 2025-2028 Economic Recovery Growth Plan, as well as key assumptions of the 2026 Appropriation Act of the federal government. The FCTA is prioritizing improvement in healthcare delivery, job creation, youth empowerment, social welfare services, education infrastructure, and increased productivity.
Following the presentation, the Senate referred the proposal to the Committee on Rules and Business for further legislative action and scheduling. In a separate correspondence also read on the floor, President Tinubu sought accelerated Senate approval for 8 nominees across 4 federal institutions. Among the nominees is tax policy expert Taiwo Oyedele, whose nomination was forwarded to the Senate for expedited consideration.
The nomination of Mr. Taiwo Oyedele as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. While I hope that this request will receive expeditious consideration of the Senate, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest regards.
The Senate thereafter adjourned sitting in honor of the late Senator Barinata Impigi, who represented Rivers Southeast Senatorial District in keeping with the National Assembly tradition of honoring departed members. From Abuja, Charity Tanko, ITV News.
A lawmaker representing Ovia Federal Constituency, Right Honorable Omosede Igbilejon, called for the construction of the Benin-Lagos railway line to ease traffic congestion and address security concerns along one of Nigeria's busiest routes. Barrister Omosede Igbilejon, while presenting a motion during Tuesday's plenary, highlighted the challenges associated with the Benin-Lagos highway and the economic benefits of establishing a railway corridor in the zone.
The Lagos-Benin highway is overburdened, plagued by persistent congestion, criminal activities and frequent road accidents, a situation that continues to negatively affect economic activities and regional trade. It was against this backdrop that Right Honorable Omosade Benedion, a member representing Ovia Federal Constituency of Edo State, during Tuesday's plenary moved a motion on the need for the construction of the Benin-Lagos Railway Corridor, drawing the attention of the House to the strategic importance of the project.
The Lagos-Benin Highway is currently overburdened, plagued by traffic, congestion, dilapidation, and rising incidents of armed robbery, kidnapping, and accidents. Concerned that the absence of a railway alternative on this critical route puts strain on the national economy, endangers lives, delays supply chains, and stifles regional integration.
Representative Omosade noted that the development of a modern railway line would provide a safer and faster means of transportation for commuters and businesses, while also reducing pressure on the existing road network and enhancing economic activities along the corridor.
That developing a modern railway line between Benin and Lagos will provide a safer, faster, and more reliable alternative for commuters and businesses, while also reducing pressure on the road network. Worried that insecurity along this route continues to discourage interstate travel and commercial activity, especially for women, traders, students, and farmers transporting produce.
In the motion, Representative Omosade urged the Federal Ministry of Transportation and the Nigeria Railway Corporation to prioritize development of the Benin-Lagos Railway Corridor under the National Transport Master Plan, incorporating security features such as surveillance systems and railway police. From the House of Representatives, Organi Victor, ITV News.
The House of Representatives, through the Committee on Finance, gave the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, John Wick Review, a 2-week ultimatum to recover over 8.98 billion debt owed the federal government by foreign airlines. The committee is conducting a revenue monitoring exercise between the 2023 and 2025 fiscal years with a view to strengthening revenue accountability among government agencies.
This is the second week since the House of Representatives Committee on Finance, chaired by Honorable James Faleke, began its revenue monitoring exercise between the 2023 and 2025 fiscal years, with a view to strengthening revenue accountability among government agencies. Some members of the panel during the session expressed concerns over the growing debt profile of several international airlines operating in the country, questioning the legality of owing the Nigerian government beyond the stipulated 2 weeks.
If the airlines are breaking the law, we want to make sure that the airlines breaking the law. The first question here will be found. Why would you allow an airline to owe beyond the 2 weeks that is allowed? And if they have broken the law by not making that payment, when they finally make that payment, have they made this payment with interest?
Now, for those that are owing, and to answer the question, despite the fact that they have a 2-week window, so our agreement with IATA, so across the world, most international airlines and some domestic airlines, there's a requirement for you to be able to join the IATA platform. It's because of things like settlements.
Chairman of the committee, Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, expressed concern that foreign airlines continue to accumulate debt for airport services despite strict payment timelines, and therefore gave 2 weeks ultimatum to defaulting airlines to pay the over 18 billion naira debt owing the government by foreign airlines. The managing director of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Olubumi Kuku, listed the indebted foreign airlines as Qatar Airways, Lufthansa, British Airways, Virgin Atlantic, KLM, Egypt Air, Ethiopian Airlines, Air France, Royal Air Maroc, Turkish Airlines, and Africa World Airlines. From the House of Representatives, Organi Victor, ITV News.
Now moving on, the Department of Community Health, the Benin College of Health Technology, Benin City, held its second oath-taking and induction ceremony for 69 newly qualified community health extension workers generally under review, with a charge on them to uphold professionalism and contribute meaningfully to healthcare delivery in Nigeria. The ceremony themed "The Prospects of Community Health Extension Workers in Contemporary Society" was held at the College Hall, Osapila Road, behind the Benin University Teaching Hospital, Benin Center, Benin City.
Administration of the professional oaths on the 69 inductees by members of the governing board of the Benin College of Health Technology, Barrister Omoyege Osamuyime. The provost of the college, Mr. Edwin Ojeho, urged the graduates to uphold the ethics of their profession, safeguard public health, and render selfless service to society.
Your dedication, resilience, and passion have transformed you into competent, ethical professionals ready to safeguard public health and innovate for a healthier Nigeria.
Delivering the keynote address, a consultant and public health physician in the Department of Community Medicine, Ambrose Ali University, Dr. Francis Era, highlighted the growing importance of community health extension workers in addressing healthcare challenges in contemporary society.
CHIELs are integral to the delivery of primary health care services through their roles in clinical care, health education, disease prevention, and community mobilization.
Chairman of the college governing board, Dr. Osaitin Enadegi, said the students have been adequately trained and urged them to be worthy ambassadors of the institution.
As clearly stated in the community health anthem, we have been well picked, not just for the state, representation, Nigeria, and always African sub-region, but for the world.
Chairman of the occasion, a medical officer of health, Oredo Local Government Health Authority, Dr. Marvelous Obasogi, encouraged the new professionals to pursue further certification in public health to enhance their careers.
I mean, in 2023, you are a senior chief. In 2026, you are still a senior chief. You will stop being my friend. Because when you stop learning, you start dying.
Goodwill messages were also delivered by dignitaries, including a representative of Palace, Chief E.O. Woginye, the Ima of Benin. Awards were presented to outstanding graduates, including Lillian Igbinowaya, the best graduating students in the 2025 national examination conducted by the Community Health Practitioners Registration Board of Nigeria, and Sarah Amedu, best graduating students for the 2022-2023 academic session.
I want to appreciate God for today. I'm a proud licensed RHSP. It's not an easy journey, but God did it.
Glory be to God. The journey of 3 years has finally come to an end. I'm very excited, and I'm grateful to God Almighty for making it all this possible.
The ceremony climaxed with the presentation of certificates to the inductees by the Registrar of Community Health Practitioners Registration Board of Nigeria, represented by the Zonal Liaison Officer for Edo and Delta States, Mrs. Enagbagie Osawuense. From Benin, Patience Osaugiwa, ITV News.
A surprise birthday celebration was Yomiwe Kondari organized for the Managing Director of Independent Television and Radio, Engineer Elvis Obaseki. The event held on Thursday last week at the corporate headquarters, Glass House Airport Road, Benin City, caught the celebrants completely off guard and filled the atmosphere with excitement and joy.
The surprise party turns out to be a memorable moment filled with excitement and emotions as staff gathered to celebrate the managing director, fondly known as the digital managing director. The unexpected gesture left Engineer Elvis Obaseki visibly touched as staff members took turns to take photographs with the celebrant and share in the joyous moment. The celebration later reached a highlight with the cutting of the birthday cake, accompanied by cheers, prayers, and goodwill messages, wishing him long life, good health, and continued success.
You've been a blessing to everybody. Yeah. And so we want to say we love you, happy birthday,
Executive Director of Finance and Administration Lady Celerina Ojomo, alongside other management staff, described the celebrant as a blessing to independent television and radio, praising his leadership and commitment to the organization's growth. A pioneer sport editor of the station who resides in the UK also encouraged him to continue trusting in God's guidance as he enters a new phase of life.
I wish him God's direction, wisdom, and spirit of discernment in all he does. It's not easy to lead a group of people like you have in ITV. So I wish him God's grace, guidance in everything.
Engineer Elvis Obaseki is an exceptional leader, a visionary broadcaster, and also a man who has inspired others to success.
His resilient nature in making us to know our job perfectly and has the staff in his heart.
Wherever you find yourself, always take the vantage position. Good things always flows on the channel chosen by God.
Overwhelmed with gratitude, Engineer Elvis Obaseki expressed heartfelt appreciation to the management and staff of Independent Television and Radio for making the occasion a memorable one.
If the foundation is not strong enough, there will be no building to call a skyscraper. I always give that credit to those that laid the foundation. But in the course of growing, the foundation might be very lean, but up. That's why you see that you have more space on the first floor than on the ground floor. It gives you an opportunity to spread.
From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbo, ITV News.
As the faction continues to hit political parties, 9 senators on Thursday last week defected from the People's Democratic Party, the Labour Party, and the All Progressive Grand Alliance to African Democratic Congress. This is as Senate moved to declare vacant the seat of Senator Enaya Abaribe, who defected from APGA to ADC. After a back and forth argument that lasted almost 2 hours, the Senate gave Senator Abaribe until the next legislative sitting to finalize his decision.
I wish to inform you of my decision to leave the All Progressive Grand Alliance and join the African Democratic Congress.
The debates over whether Senator Enaya Abaribe should vacate his seat followed the reading of letters of defection from 9 senators by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio. Among the senators whose letters were read on the floor of the Senate are Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal from the People's Democratic Party, Senator Mohammed Onao from the PDP, Senator Victor Ume from the Labour Party, and Senator Ireti Kingibe from the Labour Party, among others. After reading the letters, Senate President Godswill Akpabio directed the Deputy Senate President, Jibrin Barrow, to investigate whether there was any division in APGA to warrant Senator Abaribe's defection.
The DSP should look through all the letters. Anyone that is from a party that is intact, bring the name to me, I know what to do.
He's decamping because he doesn't want a situation where we have a one-party system in Nigeria. That is not what is in this constitution.
The appropriate section of the constitution should be invoked just to teach people a lesson that they should not pretend that there's a smoke in their house.
Give the single Senator Abaribe an opportunity of a rethink in this regard. He can withdraw his letter.
In his defense, Senator Abaribe told lawmakers that he had been sacked by APGA since September 2025, adding that the section of the Constitution cited by his colleagues was silent on the development. In his ruling, Senate President Godswill Akpabio said he had not seen the sack letter as claimed by Senator Abaribe and therefore gave the senator until the next legislative sitting to decide whether to withdraw his letter of defection or maintain his position.
Having been sacked from my party since September of 2025,
yes, we will give you until our next sitting to reconsider or take a decision.
From Abuja, Charity Tanko, ITV News.
In case you're just joining us, the program is News Review. We want a quick break when we return. The program News Review will continue. Please do stay. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the program News Review. Now moving on. Residents of Ulego community in Ikpudaha local government area of Edo State were thrown into panic following a road accident involving multiple vehicles along the Idogbo bypass on Wednesday last week.
The road accident involved a passenger bus and a truck loaded with logs, which overturned by the roadside after the collision. Another commercial vehicle was also affected in the incident. Eyewitnesses say residents and passers-by quickly rushed to the scene to assist the victims. Some persons sustained injuries and were immediately taken to a nearby hospital for medical attention. One of the drivers of the passenger bus involved in the accident attributed their survival to a pothole on the road. According to him, the truck ran into the pothole, which caused it to lose balance and prevented a more serious collision.
Another vehicle was crossing, did that one. He dodged that one, then come face me here. So then push my motor back. From there now I go take and hit at the other one. Then now so.
Eyewitnesses also revealed that police officers later arrived at the scene to inspect the accident, while the driver suspected to have caused the crash was reportedly arrested for further investigation. From Benin, Jola Adeojo, ITV News.
Few months after 2 medical doctors were kidnapped, with one murdered at Ibira camp along Igara Road, Auchi, the administrative headquarters of Isakon West local government area, Edo State, kidnappers again struck in the neighborhood. The targets of the kidnappers, Mr. Victor Yama, although escaped with gunshot injuries, 3 young female relatives staying with him were abducted.
Narrating his encounter with the kidnappers at a hospital where he is receiving treatment, Mr. Victor Yama, who spoke off camera, said on the fateful day he noticed an unusual movement when he was to drive into the compound. He said on sighting the strangers armed with sophisticated weapons, he quickly dashed into the car, despite several warnings to come out or be shot. He said although several shots were fired at his jeep, he managed to escape until he got to a military checkpoint close to the neighborhood. The kidnappers, apparently out of frustration to kidnap their target, abducted the 3 young female relatives staying with him. Sister Ms. Rosalie Yama, a mother to one of the abducted guests, appealed to security agencies to rescue the victims who are still in captivity.
The way they came, my brother said when he saw them through his via mirror, side mirror, they dressed like vigilantes. That somebody sent them there. They said it that somebody sent them to come to my brother's house. They don't know my brother. I beg the whole world. I beg the name of God. I beg everybody. Please help me. I don't have any other child. The only child I have there is Stephanie.
Reacting, the Public Relations Officer, Edo State Command, ASP, Eno Ikwedem, confirmed the tragic incident, revealing that the Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, has led reinforcements to Auchi to commence an aggressive bush combing operation along the deployment of technology to facilitate the safe rescue of the victims.
The Edo State Command is also issuing a warning to all kidnappers out there that Edo State is not a safe haven for you. So it is either you repent or you stand, the long arm of the law will definitely catch up with you.
From Auchi, the administrative headquarters of Isakon West local government area of Edo, McDonald Runokai, ITV News.
That report concludes this week's edition of the program News Review. Don't forget to keep it to test next week Sunday. I shall be bringing you the program News Review again. I am Deborah Ivie Ugwefuna. See you next week. Do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye for now.
ITV,
certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to WIC, Women in Conversation. This is where women sit together to discuss things that are happening amongst us, especially the women. Do we talk about men? Yes, we do sometimes, when it is very, very necessary, especially when we're talking about marriage, talking about DNA and all that. But this is a room for women where we discuss, where we'll laugh, where we'll chit-chat, as you might call it. Anyway, it's a new episode, new production, and I am saying Happy New Year to you viewers. It's been a while, so we say Happy New Year and thank God we made it to 2026. Anyways, like as usual, I don't do this alone. I have my pretty women, my guests, always here to analyze some of the topics that we'll be discussing today. And on my right, I have Princess Edith Madejemo, who is a household name. She is the CEO Golden Touch Collection. Edith.
Good morning, Happy New Year, and thanks for having me.
Happy New Year, and welcome as usual. And to my left, we have Ayo. The thing about Ayo, let me talk about Ayo before introducing her. I have been pursuing Ayo to join us on WIC because she has a lot to talk about. She has a lot to educate us on. But of course, Ayo is a very busy person. Thank God she made it through to us today. She is Ayo Ali Balogun. Ayo Ali Balogun is a management consultant. Ayo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're so pretty. I told you behind the camera, I like your earrings, so I'm going to take it. Anyway, thank you for joining us again. And let's just go straight to today's discussion. Ladies, it's been a problem, mothers, especially these young mothers these days, they shy away from discussing the adult talks with their daughter. And so the question is, when is the right time to start the discussion with your daughter on adult talks? I know you understand what I mean when I say adult talks. Princess, let me start with you.
I'm actually on that table right now.
Wow.
And at times it gives me goosebumps when I'm talking about it. But what do we have to talk about it? As an intentional parent, you just have to be open to some extent. I don't think there is a perfect time for it, in as much as you watch your child or your girl child growing from 7 years, you can start at least educating her about herself. Then thereafter, from 10 years, I think you can start introducing some talk to her. Especially, I have this topic I introduced to myself and my daughter, mom and daughter night. We used to do it every Friday or Saturday night. At times, once or twice in a month, we do it. And that is the time we talk.
How old is your daughter, if I might ask?
She's almost 10. She's 9, going to 10. So we have mom and daughter nights, and at times, these nights are the nights we talk. At times, she would jot some things down about me that she want to tell me. Or about me, because I used to tell her, what do I do that you don't like? You know, we parents, we can be somehow at times. So, and she will put it down. She's looking forward to that mother and daughter night that she'll tell me, Mommy, you used to do this and I don't like it. It makes me sad. As those points that she pointed out to me that makes her sad, I have to look into it. At times give her excuse. Then that is the time I have to talk to her about this adult talk. It's never too late when you start from 8, because you don't know where they go. You can't be with them all through. They go to church, they go to children party, you may be there. They go to school, you may be there with them at that children party, but you won't be playing with them. Maybe you just sit at the corner where the parents sit, and they will mingle with their friends. They go to school. You don't know what the other parents are teaching their children. And some of these things come from school. Do you understand? So I would say from 8 years, because from 8 years, an 8-year-old girl child should understand what you are talking about. We'll be able to get the message. You understand? So I would say from 8 years, you start telling them their body and how to associate with the opposite sex.
Okay. Thank you, Princess. Now, Princess had said from 8 years, but some mothers will tell you, 8 years child, is a baby. I'm still, bathing for her and all that. I don't want to start talking to her about the adult talk at 8 years. Do you agree with her, or what exact time do you think is the right time for one to start discussing adult talk with the children? Let me remind you that some children, like you said, at 8 years are fully blown with everything. Everything, when I mean everything, I have seen a lot of them. So when do you think is the right time to start talking?
So personally, I think much earlier.
Earlier than 7?
Earlier than 7. And I must mention this. I don't know if you remember this lady, Auntie Jessica Obioma. She used to be there. And she told me many years ago and said, have you educated your daughter on her body and private? My daughter was 4 years at that time.
Wow.
I thought, strange. She said, no.
She's a child, because you still have some children wearing Pampers at 4.
Right. So I remember visiting her and she said, no, you tell her, here, if anybody touch you, no. Because abuse, someone who, who is looking for a prey would not leave children under 8. As long as a child begins to, the cognitive, develops and the child can assimilate, you understand, you begin to, in the language that the child would understand, you get. Even when they're playing, nobody touch you here, don't, like that. Break it beat by beat. You'd be surprised that by age 8, like you said, a lot of children, I know when I was much younger, a girl had started her monthly period at the age of 8.
Wow.
So you can imagine such a girl. Of course, she has womanly body and everything. Now, what do you think would happen if that child hadn't been well groomed?
Okay, that's it.
You understand? Now you also have some children are very adventurous. They're curious. There's so many things online today that they see and they want to explore. You see young children, I query a lot of the Nigerian movies where, they're very explicit when it comes to trying to describe adult scenes. And I think the Censors Board should look into that. I think it's just too much for me. So I think the earlier, as soon as a child can recognize and assimilate, 8, 2, 3, nobody touch you here, okay? Anybody touch you there, you tell mommy. Because a predator starts to groom a child. I say, if you tell your mommy, I'll beat you. If I tell your mommy, I kill you, I'll kill your mommy. You understand? So you want to start building the confidence of that child as early as possible. And I love what you do, Princess, with your daughter, the mother and daughter. I wish, I had
talk.
The mom, yes. I wish I knew that when my child was that age. But I think that's brilliant. And I'm going to propagate it. It's brilliant. And I love the fact that you are encouraging her to pen down her thoughts about your actions.
You, yeah.
I remember once my daughter said to me, I was like, tell me. And she was like, no, I don't want to tell you. Because if I tell you now, when you're angry, you say it.
Oh, shit. I know how you feel that.
I know.
And it never left me. It never left me.
Okay, so let's come to that. What did you think you did wrong that made her to, get to that extent of saying, if I tell you this, the day you're angry, you bring it up to use it against me. Where did you go wrong in this?
So, with parenthood, nobody has a manual. So you come up, and then life has a way of, forming you. And you, the kind of person you are, determines. So this is me, who is a go-getter. And then my daughter, at that time, was a very quiet introvert. You could hardly hear her. So, I become very exasperated. I told her.
Because you're not acting like me.
Like me.
Why are you this quiet?
And guess what?
Yes, firebrand now.
firebrand.
She was just forming. She was just
forming.
yeah. She was
No,
forming.
well, that's language, forming. No, I don't think she was forming. She was watching you.
Yeah, no, so
No,
when
that was her forming stage. Her forming stage in life.
molding.
Yes,
Okay,
was
yeah.
molding.
Okay.
That's what I mean by
Yes,
that.
okay.
See, it comes in. Sorry, darling.
Yes.
It comes in different way. Like your daughter said, if I tell you what you do now, if I tell you what's happening, you will use it against me.
Yeah.
I just imagine how you feel. It has happened to me actually. My own was smacking. So like you did something, I'll smack you. So there was something happened in school and she didn't tell me. I get to know, I think the third day or the other day, and I queried her. She said, I said, you told me everything. Because I made it a point of duty that when I come to pick her, right from the car, we're already discussing.
How did the day go?
Even if I'm on call, once I drop that call, start telling me, start talking. Don't wait for me to ask you. We started it when she was a little. So start telling me the things I couldn't enjoy when I was growing. I want my daughter to enjoy it. I enroll in all these different platforms, just to learn how to be a better mother, a better parent. I do. So I ask, I say, once I drop my phone, anything you think you should tell me, start talking. Don't wait for me anymore to start asking you. So I got to know 3 days after, and I asked her, why didn't you tell me? She was mute. For some time, I was like, am I talking to you? She said, yes. Did you hear what I said? She said, yes. I said, why didn't you tell me? And she said, if I tell you, you will smack me. You know, that's just as you said, it got to my brain like, so this girl can keep secret from me because I will smack her.
So how did you correct that?
Oh, so whenever she tells me things that would have make me smack her, I will not smack her. I will just hold on and correct her. That part, I would have beat you. But I don't want to beat you so you can keep telling me.
Okay.
Are you getting me? So because of, after that scenario, such a thing never happened.
Ayo, I have had a young lady who came to meet me and said to me, I like the relationship you have with your daughter. I have just one daughter. I have the relationship you have with your daughter, but I do not have that relationship with my daughter. My daughter was actually very grown at the time she was talking to me about it, but her daughter was about 7 or 9, so she doesn't have that relationship that her daughter prefers to go talk to her dad. And then most times when her daughter wants to use her undies or, zipper, she goes meet her dad. Daddy, do my zipper for me. Where do you think that mother went wrong for the daughter to have stayed away from her and rather talk with the father?
All right, so a lot of women, query, oh, my children prefer the father, or that this.
I don't say anything wrong
I don't
about
say
it.
anything wrong with that. And I think, the father also has a right to enjoy special bond
with
the daughter and with the son. So, we can't tell, even as adults, we don't choose who to love or who we fall in love with romantically. And now when it comes to bonding, there's this special thing that it just happens. I don't think your mother went wrong, and I don't think she should beat herself over it. She should leverage on the father and daughter relationship to get, her own space, which is, complements that relationship, encourage the relationship. And the girl would begin to trust her enough to say, oh, mom is chilled with this, and bring her in. I want to have her as the third man in that relationship instead of trying to, form her own and by breaking it. I don't think so. I think the father has a right to have a special bond with his daughter. And I don't think the mother went wrong. And she should just leverage on the special father and daughter relationship, which I love, and promote it, encourage them, and they would naturally drag her along. I think.
Fantastic. They will naturally drag. I just hope she's listening, because she was very worried. She came and then she was complaining, my daughter doesn't have this bond you have with your daughter. But I built that bond with my daughter.
It's not a one-day thing.
It wasn't a one-day thing. Just like she said, I started this mother-daughter talk. I made her to know that she has to tell me everything. She's free to discuss anything with me. And then we became very close. In fact, Don't worry. You
Up
see the
till
two of
now.
us, you think we're friends. Yeah, she's very grown now. Anyway, let's go on a short break. We will be right back to continue this discussion. It's WIC. Welcome back. It's WIC, Women in Conversation, and we're still here. I still have Edith in the house, and then Ayo Alibalogun is still here. We were talking about the right time to discuss adult issues with your girl child. But anyway, everybody here has said their own how to handle it and how to go about it. I just hope you viewers out there listened and learned from these two women here. So we're going to be moving on, still on the girl child. Yes, a lot of people will say it's a boy child, not a child. The boy child is also molested, okay? It's not just the girl child, but it is very common with the girl child. We have seen very recently where we see 11-year-old girls being pregnant. We see the pictures and videos everywhere, and it's beginning to become a thing of concern, so that is why I chose for us to discuss this today. A boy child is also very, very molested, just like a female child. But let's move on to the girl child. Still on the girl child, dating. When is the right time for a girl child to start dating?
Right. So before I go into that, permit me, I'm also very passionate about the boy child. The boy child, any child, male or female, is vulnerable.
Very, very.
And must be educated. You have, boys child sodomized by older caregivers or people around, or also explored to adults things by the older female caregiver. So it is important, whether you have a girl child or boy child, to educate them on how to keep their private. So back on track.
Thank you for that. So back on track. When do you think is the right time for a girl child to start dating? We are concentrating on the girl child today.
Right.
We could bring in the boy child later on, but for the girl child, when is the right time for a girl child to start dating? Romantically.
Now, so when you say dating, I found that in recent times that, I think our generation would say dating is, immediately you're kissing, you're going to bed and all of that. But apparently, when you say dating, it's just you're going out for drinks, you're going out for movies. Then from the dating stage, you have the talking stage, and then so there are different stages according to the millennials and the Gen Zs. So now, for the girl child, any child, especially female, who is smart enough to get into the adult space, that is the university, it's open to and susceptible to things like that. Now, you can imagine a girl child, so this child goes to university at the age of 16 or 17. I think there was a law, I don't know if they reversed it now, that the girl, you can't get into university in Nigeria until you're 7 age.
Yeah, that law just started last year, sometimes last year.
3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Was it 2 or 3 years
Yes,
ago?
I think yes, maybe to 2024 or early 2025. So, but if a girl child is old enough to get into university, smart enough to get into university, and finds a guy that she finds, to be honest, all of us at some point when we were in secondary school had crush on one person or the other. Sure. But in the university, you can encourage, because most, and from experience, I'll tell you that it's actually better for them to begin to have an open mind about having, healthy relationship, not amorous relationship with opposite sex, not that early. So when we say dating, are we talking about just going on, my friend is visiting me and the works? I think 8, 16, as long as you're in the university, I'm cool with that. But even if you're in the secondary school and, they do the dating, but they won't call it dating, they call it hangout. So we need to define clearly what we mean by dating.
And that is why I said dating romantically, not the hangouts. It's not even hangouts. We hear children say, I'm going for a sleepover in my friend's house.
Oh.
Yes, a sleepover. So we're going to be touching the sleepover thing because I have a friend that has a particular issue about her daughter going for a sleepover. She also came to report that case to me. But let's go to you, Edith. Let's talk about the dating before we go to the sleepover.
To me, I won't say there's a particular age frame for dating. But like she rightly said, when a girl child is smart enough to be in the university, I think she's open for anything that comes to dating. Because in the university, you have missed people, you have people, you have people that you crush on, that crush on you. And I think at that stage, you can express yourself. And another guy also is bold enough to express themselves, unlike when they were in the secondary school. At this stage, they are very expressional, and you are open for that. Then you should prepare your child, your daughter, ahead of this stage. Although they should also prepare their mind ahead of it that, okay, now you, my daughter, you are going to the university. Mind you, are going to come across Peter, you're going to come across some men that will admire you. Admiring you doesn't mean they want to take you to bed. You can associate. You can date anybody, but not the romantic part of it. You understand?
Yes.
Not going to bed. Then while dating, communication, like you said, stage by stage, communication, going out for lunch, for dinner, at times you party. It's an agreement. From the beginning of that dating, you spell out what you want. You understand? We want to just be friends. I love you and I like you. Let's be friends until I get to 20.
Don't you think that word love is heavy for just being friends?
No. It can't be heavy. You can love somebody and still respect that person's opinion.
But that's actually what love is. Love is respect.
So I love you and I want to date you. You can accept to date the person. I'm not going to bed. I'm not romantically entangled.
And that's where...
Are you getting it? Then you can be there for each other. You can have lunch together. You can go to party together. And you can still remain clean. Until the time that appointed time that you said, okay, you can just reach an agreement like, I want to be 20. I want to get to 21. I want to do it when I'm a graduate.
Okay. We'll
you
come to that. Yes, let's go to you.
It brings us back to this adult education you've been giving your child.
Thank you.
So it's cumulative. Now you now see how successful you can measure your performance by how your girl child responds to all of this. Now she has a freedom. Has she all of a sudden forgotten all the education you have given her over the years? And that is where you also don't sit back or rest on your oars as a mother. You still go on, Let the girl child be open to, exploring.
But you know that in this Gen Z age, they are actually very different, okay? Back when they get to school, all the children are coming from different homes, different upbringings, different background. What you told your daughter is not what I probably would have told my daughter. Do you know there's some parents, there's some mothers who would say, if you meet a senator, that will spoil you. Go ahead to do that.
Oh, you have parents that can encourage their children to do all sorts.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So how do you maintain that that's good upbringing, that's good conversation you have had with your daughter before going to the uni? How do you continue to maintain that so she doesn't get to be lured by a child coming from a different background?
Constant talking. I would say, like she said, you don't relax. Like you've done your part, and the rest is left for her to decide. You still keep talking. Keep still talking, and once in a while, talk to her, call her. You can bump into her. I like to do that once in a while. Just go to school unannounced, and you know where your child is. Like all the teaching all along, she has to put them to practice. If you have been teaching her from the age of 9, 10, and now she's free. There are some children that are free. When they see freedom, it look as if you'll be caging them. They will just go haywire. But there are some children, even when they have that freedom, they will still be able to maintain that, character that they brought from the house. Like, okay, this is what my mom said I shouldn't do. I shouldn't be found in this company. I shouldn't be found in this company. But mind you, evil communication corrupts good manners. It does happen. It does.
So
work.
that's what I'm
There are some
saying.
kids,
How do you
even
curb
when
that?
even when you give them all the home training, all the training that you think you should give your child or your daughter, when they go out there, they do something else. Some children are actually two-faced. I'm sorry to say, some children are two-faced. They come home, they are very innocent. They are very innocent. They are very decent. They are very calm and reserved. If you see them out there, if you have a picture of how your daughter behaved out there, you will be able to.
Let's take it from Edith
contain
saying
it.
some children are two-faced. How do you identify a child that is two-faced?
So, you know, by and large, all of these things, the adult talks you have with your child, you know, it's not just the adult talk you have with your child. You have other talks too. What is your value as a woman? Are you able to communicate your value as a woman to your husband, to your daughter, to your son? What is the value as a family? These are the things that you have to build over time. This family should be known to be a family of peace and integrity, accountability. It's not a function of somebody knocks and, who is that? Tell them that I'm not in the house. Tell them I'm not in the house. It's the landlord has come to go in there. Your child will learn not just by what you say, but by what you do. So when they now have the freedom, because over the years you have exemplified true leadership, the type of leadership that you would want to see in your child. Parents get asked, would you want your child to act the way you have acted in certain situations?
Oh, okay.
They keep mute.
They keep mute. So it borders on values.
Okay. We are going to be rounding off this episode. Just 1 minute, one word, not 1 minute, one word to mothers out there.
Train up a child in a way that he will grow. That when he grows, he will not depart from it.
Ayo.
As a mother and as a caregiver, love. And be free to express love. Let I love you not be a once in a while thing. You may not have the opportunity tomorrow to say I love you.
Wow. We've come to the end of this episode. Actually, Edith said train up a child properly. Let me, brief it there. And Ayo says love. Learn how to love and let the love not be a one-day thing. Continuously. That's what he wants there. Keep telling your daughter, I love you. Even your boy child, I love you at every minute. Anyway, it's been an amazing time out with these women. Thank you so much, Edith, for coming. And thank you, Ayo, for being here today. And it is a wrap here from us here on WIC. We'll see you next time.
ITV, certainly the best.